It used to be that a 2,000 pound an acre almond crop was enormous. These days, a 3,000 pound per acre crop is a realistic yield for a well-managed almond orchard. It's up to those managing the orchard to make sure that each tree gets the optimal amounts of water, nutrients, and protection against pests.
Agronomists and researchers have devised a management approach for optimizing applications of nitrogen to crops to minimize leaching of excess nitrate while optimizing crop production. The approach is called the 4 R's: the right rate, the right time, the right place, and the right source. A fundamental point to remember: any source of nitrogen applied as a nutrient can convert to nitrate. If conditions are right, nitrate can eventually leach beyond the root zone and into groundwater aquifers. So a key component of the 4 R's is the right amount of nitrogen. For almond trees 4 years and older, anticipated yield of the current crop is the primary factor impacting nitrogen demand, while in young trees, growth is the major factor to consider when determining nitrogen demand. Research has also shown that on average, an orchard extracts about 68 pounds of nitrogen per acre for every 1,000 pounds of nut meats. The trees take up nitrogen throughout the growing season, starting at leaf out and continuing up to harvest.
To help understand how to effectively manage nitrogen applications, you need to understand the different forms of nitrogen in the soil and how nitrogen is taken up by the tree. There are basically the 3 forms of nitrogen in the soil: soil organic matter, ammonium, and nitrate. Soil organic matter is the nutrient storage bank in your soil. In the short term, organic matter nitrogen is tied up in big, complex organic molecules that are not immediately available to the plants. But over time, this organic matter breaks down and provides a steady supply of ammonium and nitrate to the soil and roots.
Ammonium and nitrate are the forms of nitrogen that roots can take up. Being positively charged, ammonium can stick to soil particles, which are predominantly negatively charged and hence does not leach easily. Nitrate is the other form of nitrogen that roots can take up from the soil. However, nitrate is negatively charged, so it cannot stick to soil particles, making it susceptible to leaching.
One principle to understand is that trees will limit nitrogen uptake when the plant already has all the nitrogen it needs. Translated to a management practice, this means spoon feeding a regular, applied, smaller amounts over multiple applications. The more split applications, the better.
Now let's talk about the right time. Applying at the right time is about matching the timing of tree demand with root uptake. When is it too early to begin applying nitrogen? For almonds, soil nitrogen uptake begins at 70% leaf out. So when growth starts pushing during bloom and up to 70% leaf out, we know that all the nitrogen used by the tree comes from storage in the tree structure. So it's not worth applying nitrogen before 70% leaf out because roots are not taking up nitrogen yet, leaving it to potentially be leached by rain or irrigation.
One of the best tools to guide your decisions on the right amount and right time is through leaf analysis.
The University of California recently completed supporting research for leaf samples taken in April, which can be combined with a yield estimate to determine the nitrogen demand.
For the July-August samples, 2.4 to 2.8% nitrogen equals adequate nitrogen levels. Nitrogen below 2.4 indicates one of two things: inadequate nitrogen fertilization, which should prompt you to recheck your calculations of supply and demand, or nitrogen was applied inefficiently.
So where is the right place to apply nitrogen fertilizers? Typically, the vast majority of important feeder roots are in the top 18 inches of soil. So it's in that upper zone where you want to keep your water and nutrient applications. The right source is about preventing the applied nitrogen from converting too quickly into nitrate and leaching beyond the roots.
Calcium nitrate is a readily available form of nitrogen, but also has a high leaching potential. This leaching potential can be managed with well-timed applications, and calcium nitrate is well suited to fertigation systems. Urea ammonium nitrate, UAN32, is very popular due to its solubility. The mixture of nitrogen forms makes this a slightly less leachable form of nitrogen, although in warm spring and summer conditions, the conversion to nitrate is very rapid. Additionally, urea is very leachable until it's converted into ammonium. Following these steps will go a long way towards increasing your nitrogen use efficiency and decreasing nitrate leaching to groundwater.
Best of all, it ensures you get the most value from an expensive crop input. And in this farming economy, we all want the best return on every dollar invested.
For more information on fertilization guidelines, make sure to look at the Almond Board's resource on nitrogen best management practices. You can also go to the CDFA FREP guidelines and the Almond Board Stewardship Platform.